Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a really easy chicken, spinach, and pasta dish with a little cheese on there. Your family will love it. You'll like it because, like I said, it's really quick. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you the ingredients to the dish. Alright, so we're going to get started, of course, with our pasta water. Get it boiling. Mine already is. I started it for this dish. And get your pan. We're going to use like a stock pot. Get that on a medium-high heat. I'm going to go ahead and salt my water for my pasta. Now I'm going to add about a tablespoon of canola oil. You can use extra virgin olive oil. This is just for the onions and the meat. Go ahead and add all of your onions. Season those immediately. A little salt and pepper. I'm just getting those onions around in the pan. Let this go for about a minute or two. I'm going to push those to the side of the pan, and we're going to add our chicken. I just put all of that right in there. Now my chicken, I always pre-season it when I bring it home from the market. So I put salt and pepper, a little bit of seasoning all salt, a little bit of garlic powder, and some paprika. So we'll let that cook for 2 minutes. Now once that's done, we'll take this out of the pan and put it on a plate. It won't be completely cooked through because it has more cooking to do within the process. So that you get an idea of what this looks like while it's going. It's cooking pretty slowly. And I just move it around. That is what you want. Alright, so our timer just went off. And what I'm going to do is put this chicken on this pan, on this plate. And if you don't get all of the onions out, that's a good thing. So we're going to put this pan right back on the stove, move this chicken aside. Now we're going to add 1 tablespoon of canola oil. And to that, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of flour. And what we're doing is making a roux, and we're going to add our milk and cheese to this. Immediately start moving that flour around. I'm using a whisk. I find it to be the best tool to do this. And your eye should still be on a medium high. It's on a 7 right now. I'm actually going to take this up to an 8. But you would be fine at a 7 if you're concerned about burning. And just trying to make sure that flour cooks all the way out of there. So you'll cook this for about a minute or two. And that's what I'm looking for. Still stuck to the pan a little bit at the bottom. We're going to get all that up once you put the liquid in. So I'm going to go ahead and add that milk. It's going to start bubbling right away. So whisk, whisk, whisk. It's just like gravy. I never add all of my liquid immediately. I like to add about half of it first and then whisk. And I'll add the rest in just a second. There we go. Add the rest of that milk. And as we're whisking, we're picking up everything off the bottom of the pan. Okay, so you see how that's getting thick? That's what we want. I actually want it a little bit thinner than that. So I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of milk. And a 1/4 cup of chicken broth. See what that looks like? All right, go ahead and add that in. Loosen all that up. Now I'm going to add a teaspoon of garlic. See how much looser that is? That's what I'm looking for. And I'm gonna season my sauce. Just a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and while that simmers for about a minute or two, I'm gonna add my pasta to our pasta water. That's 2 cups of pasta. And go ahead and stir that. And that should cook for about 5 minutes, because it's going to continue to cook once we add it to this dish. I'm going to add half of my cheese to our mixture. So now we'll add that chicken back into this sauce. Now we're going to let this cook for 5 minutes. I'm going to reduce the heat to a medium and put my lid on. So our 5 minutes has passed. Now, take the lid off of that chicken mixture. And one thing I didn't tell you guys, when we let it cook for 5 minutes, the chicken, every minute and a half I went in there and I stirred it around. Because it will stick. And remember that you have some cheese in there. And then it is like a gravy type of sauce in there. Now what we're going to do, we're going to add that spinach. I cooked my spinach myself. I buy the big 2.5 pound bag of spinach. I use what I need for that day, and then I'll cook down everything else and put it in individual bags. It really helps if you do that when you get back from the market. So we're going to add all of that. Try to drop it in there to spread it around a little bit. Give it some help. So now, since we have our, excuse me, our spinach in there, I want to show you what that looks like. So it's just all mixed in there. It's good looking sauce. And our pasta still has about 4 minutes in its cooking process. So we're going to add this to the big pan, mix all this up, turn it down to a simmer, and let it go for another, I'm going to say 7 minutes. It's almost like the best macaroni and cheese with spinach and chicken. One thing I forgot to do is we need to add salt and pepper to that spinach, because when I cook my spinach down, I don't add seasoning then, just because I don't know what I'm going to be cooking the spinach with. Let's add the other half of that cheese. Right on top. And I don't stir it up or anything right now. I let it just cook just like this. And then I put the lid on. Reduce the heat, like I said, down to a simmer, because everything is pretty much done in there. The only thing we're trying to cook is that pasta. The pasta was hot already when we put into this boiling liquid, so really we can let it simmer out almost like rice. Think of it that way. We're just going to let it simmer. Our timer just went off. So I'm going to stir that up. That's great. So, you know, with stirring it up, you're mixing in all your cheese. I'm going to try one of these pasta. Firm. And there you have chicken spinach pasta with a cheese sauce. It's like the best macaroni with veggies. So I hope you liked the video and the recipe. If so, please like, share, and don't forget to subscribe if